Hey there, future study abroad adventures. Are you feeling that familiar pre-trip panic?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to squeeze your entire life into a suitcase?
Yeah, packing for study abroad, it can definitely feel like a monumental task, especially if you're heading to a place like a UK or the USA, Canada, or even the UAE or Germany.
That's where we come in. In this deep dive, we'll unpack, pun intended, the essentials, those must-have items that will make your journey smoother. Plus, we'll share some insider tips from students who've been there, survived that, and brought back the ultimate packing wisdom.
Think of us as your packing gurus, ready to guide you through every zipper and buckle. We'll make sure you're prepared for anything your study abroad adventure throws your way.
So let's start with those non-negotiables, those items that should be at the very top of your packing list.
Okay, imagine this. You've just landed in, let's say, Germany. You're exhausted from the flight, and all you want to do is charge your phone and post that first "I'm here" selfie.
But wait, what's this?
Your charger doesn't fit in the outlet. You forgot a universal travel adapter. Disaster.
Oh, that's a rookie mistake you don't want to make. In a new country, your phone is your lifeline for, well, pretty much everything. Directions, translation, finding those hidden local gems.
Right, especially in a busy city like London or Berlin, you don't want to be caught with a dead phone. So a good quality multi-country adapter, it's a must.
Speaking of tech essentials, what about portable power banks? I feel like those are lifesavers, especially when you're out exploring and don't have easy access to outlets.
Absolutely. Picture yourself hiking through the Canadian Rockies or maybe exploring ancient ruins in Greece. Your phone is your camera, your map, your everything, and suddenly the dreaded low battery warning pops up.
That's a nightmare scenario. You don't want to miss capturing those incredible moments.
Definitely not. A portable power bank lets you recharge on the go, ensuring you never miss that perfect Instagram shot. Plus, they're super compact and lightweight.
Okay, so we've got the adapter, the power bank, any other tech must-haves we should add to our packing list.
Don't forget your chargers, of course, and a good pair of headphones. Noise-canceling ones are a lifesaver on long flights or train journeys. And here's a pro tip. Pack an extra long charging cable. You never know where the outlets will be lurking in your dorm room.
That's a good one. Now let's move on to the fun stuff. Clothes. This is where packing can get tricky, especially if you're going to a country with a different climate than what you're used to.
Yeah, it's all about research and being prepared for anything. Let's say you're spending a semester in Switzerland. Well, get ready for some serious winter weather. Pack those thermal layers, a warm coat, hat, gloves, the whole 9 yards.
You don't want to be caught shivering in a snowstorm, right?
Hmm.
Now, on the other hand, what if you're heading somewhere warm, like the UAE or Singapore?
In that case, it's all about lightweight, breathable fabrics. Think cotton, linen, anything that will keep you cool and comfortable in the heat.
So basically, we need to be prepared for all four seasons, even if we're only going for one.
Not necessarily. You don't need to pack your entire wardrobe. The key is to think in layers, so you can adapt to changing temperatures. And no matter where you're headed, a waterproof jacket is always a good idea. You never know when you might encounter those sudden downpours, especially in places like Ireland or the Netherlands.
Okay, so layers, waterproof jacket, check. But what about packing those items that just make us feel, well, more like ourselves, those little comforts from home?
Absolutely. Moving to a new country is exciting, but it can also be overwhelming. Bringing a few familiar items can make a big difference. Think photos, a favorite mug, maybe even a small blanket or pillow.
Yeah, or even those snacks that might be hard to find in your new location. I remember when I studied abroad, I really missed those little treats from home. It was like a little taste of familiarity.
It's all about creating a sense of home away from home. Those little comforts can go a long way in easing any homesickness and making your new space feel more welcoming.
All right, we've talked about tech essentials, clothes, those comfort items. Now, let's face it, the real challenge is fitting it all into that suitcase.
Ah, yes, the packing puzzle. But don't worry, we've got some ninja packing tips up our sleeves. But first, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash to share our secrets. Okay, so we're back, and now it's time to channel our inner packing ninjas.
Right, because let's be honest, fitting everything you need for a semester abroad into a suitcase, it's practically an art form.
It is, it really is, and we're here to make you a packing master. First things first, ditch the folding and embrace the roll.
The roll, what do you mean by that?
Instead of folding your clothes, roll them up tightly. Think of it like making little clothing burritos. It saves a ton of space, plus it helps prevent wrinkles.
Okay, that's actually a great tip. I'm always struggling with wrinkled clothes when I travel.
Right, rolling is a game changer. And here's another secret weapon, packing cubes. They're like little organizers for your suitcase. You can separate your clothes by category, keep everything neat and tidy, and find what you need in a flash.
Hmm. Packing cubes. I've heard of those, but I've never actually tried them. Are they really worth it?
Trust me, they are. Especially when you're living out of a suitcase, being organized is key. Plus, packing cubes can help you compress your clothes even further, maximizing that precious luggage space.
Okay, I'm sold. Packing cubes, added to the list. Any other packing magic you can share?
Let's talk shoes. Shoes can be bulky, right? So here's the trick. Stuff them with socks, underwear, even small electronics. It helps them keep their shape and also save space.
That's brilliant. Okay, I'm taking notes. What about shoes in general? How many pairs should we be packing?
That's a good question. It really depends on your destination and what you plan on doing. But in general, I'd say stick to a few versatile pairs. A comfortable pair of walking shoes that you can wear for everyday exploring is a must. Then maybe pack a pair of sandals or flip-flops if you're going somewhere warm. And if you plan on doing any hiking, definitely bring a pair of sturdy boots. You don't need a different pair of shoes for every occasion.
Okay, that makes sense. Comfort and practicality over fashion, right?
Exactly. Now, before we move on, I want to share one of my favorite packing techniques. It's called the bundle wrap method. It's a bit hard to explain, but basically you wrap your clothes around a central core item, like a toiletry bag. It creates this compact, wrinkle-free bundle that's surprisingly efficient.
Hmm, that sounds interesting. But I'm a bit of a visual learner. Maybe we can find a video tutorial and link it in the show notes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. People can see it in action. All right, so we've tackled maximizing space, but packing smart is about more than just squeezing everything in.
Right. What else should we be thinking about?
Well, think about those everyday essentials that can make your life easier once you're settled in your new home away from home. A reusable water bottle, for instance, is a must-have, especially if you're going to a country where the tap water isn't safe to drink. Plus, it's eco-friendly.
Absolutely. Staying hydrated is crucial, and those plastic water bottles, they really add up. So reusable water bottle, check.
Then there's the first aid kit. Don't leave home without it. Pack some Band-Aids, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, and any personal medications you take regularly.
Yeah, you never know when you might need a Band-Aid or some pain relief. It's better to be prepared, right?
Exactly. Now, here's one that people often forget. A small sewing kit. I know it sounds old-fashioned, but trust me, it can be a lifesaver.
A sewing kit. Are you suggesting we become master seamstresses in our dorm rooms?
Not exactly. It's more about those quick fixes. You know, a button pops off, a seam rips. With a needle and thread, you can save yourself a lot of trouble.
Okay, I can see how that would come in handy. Sewing kit added to the list. What else?
Think about those little comforts from home that can help you feel more settled. We talked about photos and snacks earlier, but maybe you have a favorite coffee or tea that you can't live without.
Yeah, I'm a big tea drinker, and I know it can be hard to find certain types in different countries.
Right, so if you have something specific you love, pack a small supply. It's all about recreating those little rituals that make you feel at home.
It's like creating a little sanctuary amidst the newness of being in a foreign country.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to get creative. One student I knew packed a string of fairy lights. It instantly transformed her dorm room into this cozy, inviting space. It's amazing how those little touches can make a big difference.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. So we packed smart, we've maximized space. Anything else we need to consider before we zip up those suitcases?
Actually, yes. There's one crucial list we haven't covered yet. It's the don't pack list. Knowing what to leave behind is just as important as knowing what to bring.
Ooh, the forbidden items. I'm intrigued. What are those things we should absolutely avoid packing for our study abroad adventure?
Okay, so the don't pack list, it's all about avoiding those packing pitfalls, those things that will just weigh you down or cause unnecessary hassle.
All right, I'm ready to declutter. Hit me with those forbidden items.
Okay, first and foremost, anything illegal, obviously. Double check those customs regulations for your destination country.
Makes sense. Different countries, different rules.
Exactly. Even things that seem harmless, like certain medications or food items, they might be restricted.
Yeah, always good to do your research and avoid any surprises at customs.
Speaking of restrictions, let's not forget those airline baggage allowances, especially for carry-on luggage. That 100-milliliter rule for liquids and gels, it's a classic.
Oh yeah, that one's got me a few times. It's always heartbreaking to say goodbye to your favorite shampoo at security.
So decant those liquids into travel-sized containers or just buy them when you arrive.
Right. Save that precious luggage space for more important things.
Now think about those bulky items that you can easily buy at your destination. Things like shampoo, conditioner, soap, even towels.
Unless you have a very specific brand you can't live without, it's usually easier and cheaper to just buy those things when you get there.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic of leaving things behind, what about valuables? Expensive jewelry, designer handbags, anything you'd be heartbroken to lose.
Yeah, it's best to leave those precious items safe at home. You don't want to be worrying about them while you're out exploring.
Now, this last one, it's a bit less tangible. Leave behind those preconceived notions about what your study abroad experience should be like.
Ooh, I like that one. Be open to new experiences. Embrace the unexpected.
Exactly. Go with the flow, be present, and soak it all in.
Awesome advice. Well, I think we've covered just about everything in this deep dive, from those tech essentials and packing cubes to those little comforts from home and what not to pack.
We've given our listeners all the tools they need to pack like pros and embark on their study abroad adventures with confidence.
So as our listeners are getting ready to zip up those suitcases and head off to their amazing destinations, what's the one key takeaway they should remember?
Pack smart, travel light, and most importantly, embrace every moment of this incredible journey.
And don't forget to bring those things that spark joy and make you feel at home, no matter where you are in the world. Safe travels, everyone.